You just say it. And honestly, if a young person can see that forest, I'm pretty sure everyone can.
No, they're writing the steps, so they're written all over the floor.
I would like to share a quote that I found, and it's that sea levels are rising, and so are we. We won't let this. We won't let. The sea levels are rising, and so are we. We won't let worries just brush this aside.
I think that sounds like an awesome chant. So the sea levels are rising. The sea levels are rising. So are we. The sea levels are rising. And so are we. Loving it. Come on, anyone else? Alex, come on up.
Hello everyone, I'm co-lead of Portsmouth Black Lives Matter, and I'm here to stand up and talk to you about why this matters to us. The climate crisis is fueling inequality around the world, and in particular racial injustice. For generations, inequality has exacerbated the impacts of the climate emergency for racial communities. The reasons are colonialism. Environmental destruction cannot be fought without fighting racism and the violence associated with it. There are two sides of the same coin. Polluting marginalised communities, for example the incinerator in Edmonton, which is burning black and orange bin waste from 6 boroughs of London, placed in an area with 60% of the population being from black and minority ethnic groups. On the front lines of extreme weather events affecting those who are the least responsible for climate change. Communities whose homes and livelihoods are being destroyed by extreme weather events are having to take on dangerous journeys and migrate to survive. They face discrimination as they seek safety in other nations. And obviously we see Preeti Patel, who's causing bills, creating these bills to make these people suffer. I'll leave you with the best quote that I've read in the past few weeks, which comes from a black Brazilian group fighting against racial discrimination. They're called Front Prep, and the quote was, "There is no climate justice without racial justice. Solidarity."
I'm guessing all of you have a phone in your pocket or in your bag or somewhere upon your person, in your blazer if you've come from Priory as well. Normally you've got amazing pockets in those blazers. So what I'd like to do is get your phones out and set your alarms for 1 o'clock. And at 1 o'clock there will be a lovely chime. We'll see if our phones can deafen out that chime. But it's that raising the alarm, and people are going to be doing it around the nation today at 1 o'clock. There are going to be bells ringing and alarms. So if you've got a phone, get it out and try and work out how to set your alarm. That's brilliant. Now we've still got plenty of time for young people and not so young people to come and speak. Judith, do you want to come and say something?
Watch Judith and then we'll be off.
What's that one?
15 minutes. Obviously we'll have to say 15 minutes.
What great speeches we've had so far. Thank you. What great speeches we've had so far. Thank you to particularly the young people who've come up and spoken so strongly from this platform. It's great to see young people here today, and I hope this is the first of another series of protests from young people about this very, very important issue. We are trying to work in the council. I'm a councillor in Portsmouth, and we will be putting up further motions to accelerate the progress made to reduce the carbon footprint in the city at the next full council on Tuesday. The environment is it is the most important issue we're facing as a world, and for me it goes hand in hand with more fairness, more justice, less capitalism, less for greedy shareholders, and more sharing of resources. I just wanted to say how important this is, and how important it is for me as a local councillor, and I will be here tomorrow as well, and I really praise the people who've organised this. This is certainly how I want to be spending my time until we get a real sea change and a real sense of action, radical action, to change the future of our planet.
You're pretty bored, aren't you?
Public transport system that means that people can get around our flat city and around places in a much more egalitarian way. It's about having all our homes insulated. We turned our heating on for the first time yesterday because it's so expensive at the minute to, you know, fuel our homes. And, you know, we want a better world, not just... So let's not be here too often, but we're going to keep coming until the change happens. So anyone else coming and want to come and tell us why you're here? Come on. Have we got any more students, pupils?
Are you getting her?
No, you are putting me on behind you.
It's all quiet.
Nobody wants to know.
Doesn't need to be that. That's all livable, really.
Go on. Everyone's writing their speeches down.
Okay, me again, I'm not really going to speak, I'm going to say one of Greta's quotes, which act like your house is on fire, because it is, because this is our home, this is where we live, and if it goes down, we all go down, everyone, including the younger generation, including the older generation, everyone will die, and it will all go down in flames.
Selma, did you want to come out? Just to say, some of the guys here are handing out flyers for tomorrow as well. So we're back here tomorrow. Tomorrow there is a global day of action. There are going to be marches and demos around the world calling on our representatives to make critical and important decisions. So come here tomorrow at midday. We'll be having some speakers, and then we're going on a march from 1 o'clock, and then we'll be back here so we can do a nice circular motion. But please join us, take flyers, tell other people, tweet, Instagram, Facebook it, and let everyone know. So 12 o'clock here again tomorrow.
We're here today from Priory School. We want to represent all the young people whose futures will be stolen by the rising climate crisis and the ignorance of our world leaders. Climate change is something that will affect us all, and we all need to act quickly to save our planet. We want to do the chart that was done earlier, where we'll start by saying what do we want, and you guys repeat with climate justice, and when do we want it? Now. What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it?
We should be the ones to say, no, we're going to change it, we're going to stop it, not us. Not us having to try and get people to see us.
And obviously there are a lot of world leaders like COP26. What's the kind of message that young people want to have for that?
I'm Carla, I'm 21. I live in Portsmouth. I'm a part of Extinction Rebellion Southie, and yeah, it's great to see everyone here today, especially the young people. So for the whole of my lifetime, world leaders have been making empty promises and saying empty words, but no real action has been taken. Throughout my entire lifetime, we've been debating the science, which has been known for over 60 years. So right now it's COP26. 26 meetings of no talk, of no action. Lots of talk, lots of pledges, but no action. Going into COP26, the only country in the world who had policies in line with keeping global heating was Gambia. This is partly due to their tiny carbon footprint, but it's significant.